Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Student Section Podcast, the best podcast on the campus ran by none other than students. Today, we have a special guest with us, second guest 2 times this week. And yeah, we're going to dive into it. So my name is Quise, joined by my co-host,
Cavo.
J-Les.
And today's special guest is
Dr. Heather Hundley.
And she is a 6-time book writer and author. She's the director of the School of Communications here at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. And most of all, she's a sports fan. So thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
The last episode of season 2.
Woohoo!
Ended off with a bang.
I know,
Yeah.
ending it off with someone of your credibility. It's awesome. So we got a couple questions to ask you. Number 1 is, what are your favorite sports teams?
Favorite sports teams, I have to go with the Dodgers.
Dodgers?
Yeah, LA Dodgers. Wow, what's wrong with you? And then I bounce around. Right now I'm with the Chiefs, and it's not because they won the Super Bowls recently, but my family's been Chiefs fans for a long time. You're crying about it.
Oh.
And then I'm also bouncing. I'm trying to find a hockey team right now. A while ago it was the Penguins, and then I switched over when I was living in Nashville to the Predators, and now I'm kind of tossed up. So. we'll see.
Wait. Why the Chiefs again? I'm sorry.
Oh, my family's from Kansas.
Okay. So it's not like you like Patrick Mahomes or anything. It's just.
Oh, I dig on Patrick.
Okay, no.
Yeah. Texas Tech. Yeah.
Red Raiders.
Yeah.
All right. And for those that don't know, what's your sports background?
Sports background. So I played soccer for 28 years.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So all positions, even goalie. But my favorite spot was center halfback. Then I played golf for maybe that long. I got to think about that. It's been at least 25 years playing golf. And played volleyball just for 4 years. Never seemed to be tall enough. And
Same.
then I was terrible at basketball.
Oh.
But other than playing sports, I love researching it, studying it. I have a couple books out on it, and then and I'm a fan. So I've been to about half the baseball parks in the country, and I played a lot of great golf courses in the country.
What's your favorite ballpark? I'm guessing you'll probably say Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, I love a lot of things about Dodger Stadium, but I have to go back with the history because Fenway was just amazing when I was there, and then Wrigley. I have a close connection with Wrigley as well. Yankee Stadium, it has its history.
Yeah.
It's changed since I've been there. They built a new one, of course, but I was at the house that Ruth built, so that was pretty meaningful to me.
My Colorado Rockies beat you guys so far, right?
Dodgers are third in the league right now.
Yeah, I know,
I'm
but
like,
I just want to say, the Rockies haven't been good for a long time, but we did beat you guys. So
I don't think they've
That's
ever
all right.
been good, actually.
No, I remember when we were younger. Wait. No, we never been good.
Yeah.
Broncos had a moment there.
They did.
Oh,
They did.
yeah.
This year's our moment. This is your real
I'm
moment.
gonna try.
Did you see his? People are going mad about his procedure, his second procedure. Bo Nix.
Yeah, there's some photos floating around about how his ankle looks really skinny and not intact at all, even after the surgery. But we'll see how he plays. I mean,
He's got some time.
yeah,
Definitely.
a lot of time to go until off-season workouts start.
Okay, so you said you're a Chiefs fan, right?
Yeah.
They made some great acquisitions over the training period, right? Not training period, but free agency period, right? They acquired Super Bowl running back Kenneth Walker. How do you feel about that? And then they had 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah. I don't really follow it until the
here we
season
go.
starts, right? I'm like, you do your thing, you do your trading. As much as I like Kelsey, he's a little tired. He needs to move on. I'd like to have him finish on a high note, but they got to bring in some fresh blood, right?
I would agree with that. And it kind of sucked that Patrick Mahomes got injured at the end of the season, and then the backup quarterback got hurt. So it's I didn't see a bright light for Kelsey to end off.
But they weren't playing their normal, connection. There was the communication was missing. There was something. And I'm old enough. I remember watching the Niners with Joe Montana, and it's like, dude, just go. And then he went and played for Kansas City. It's like it's time to retire, bud.
Yeah.
So.
We do have a second question to ask you. What is your favorite sports memory, favorite sports memorabilia?
Oh, memorabilia. So I have a Jackie Robinson jersey, and
what a goat.
it's
Yeah, what a
amazing.
goat.
It's really, really big on me, so I can't wear it out much. But if I go to a stadium on Jackie Robinson Day, I definitely wear that. But my second piece is that I have a Hundley jersey.
Oh.
He was a catcher for the Dodgers in the early 2000s, Todd Hundley, and then he went and finished his career back with the Cubs.
Really?
So I think that's kind of cool.
That's awesome. No family relation there?
No, I actually
nothing
tried it
related?
at a game once. I was going to a Dodger game. I'm like, hey, Todd's my cousin. And they're like, no. So I still had to pay like everybody else.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. though,
Yeah,
if you
but
probably-
going to like half the ballparks in the country, there's a lot of good memories from doing that. Going to a few Dodger games. They double seated us once, so they moved me and my two friends that I went with to like the best seats behind home plate.
Oh, wow.
It was all the free food we wanted.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing.
On TV too, because
Yeah.
like the TV's always got the picture and then the catcher and
Yeah.
behind the people.
And when I
behind.
look around and I have better seats than some of the celebrities, like one time Lindsay Lohan was sitting right behind me.
What?
He was like, I
Yeah.
need a photo.
She didn't look too good. She was coming out of rehab or something.
Oh.
But anyway, it was still nice to like, hey, I got the expensive seats.
I
Yeah.
made it. I
Yeah.
made it in life.
Mhm.
Have you been at Arrowhead at all, or no? To go see
Oh,
the
I haven't
Chiefs?
been to a professional football game.
Mm.
They are just astronomically priced, and yeah. I've only been to one college football game. I didn't enjoy the experience. I just really liked the comfort of the home.
Was it at
and-
Lincoln?
No, it was at Utah.
Oh,
wow.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
it
where
makes sense.
I earned my PhD. So I'm like, let's go catch a Ute game. So
Yeah.
Okay.
It is better to watch it at home, in my opinion.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, except, baseball is a different feel. So last year we went down to Royals when the Dodgers were playing. So I had to see a show here.
You said it's
Yeah.
better to watch it at home
For football, yeah.
for football.
Yeah. I also think baseball is better in person,
Yeah,
just because
baseball's amazing.
it's more immersive if you're in person. It's kind of boring if you're
I
watching
don't
it
know,
from
man. I
home
feel
in
like
person.
just being around the fans, having a nice drink, a nice Frank. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that.
The best
especially the
food
atmosphere.
that I found in touring these ballparks was Milwaukee, which was
Milwaukee?
surprising. Yeah, because I was in California at the time. We go up to Milwaukee to watch a Brewers. First, it was the drunkest group I've ever seen. Like the parking lots were full.
Tailgating, yeah.
Oh my
top
gosh,
tier
it was
experience.
amazing. But they had food like that you'd have on a cruise. So they had like a chocolate dessert bar. They had a heavy drinks
Oh,
bar.
VIP
Wow.
experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was out for everybody to have. So I got a veggie dog. They had sushi, which I refused to eat sushi in Milwaukee, but at that time. But anyway, they really had amazing food.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that experience. Running a little bit low on time for this segment, so I got one more question for you. And that question is, in an industry that's constantly changing, what are the things that we can count as the fundamentals, and what are the things we can look forward to in the future?
I think what never changes is the fans.
The fans,
Fans love sports, love their players. I think the fan base is increasing. There's more women's sports that are getting notoriety. Women's college basketball, especially championships, has really high ratings. Women's softball championships, high ratings. So it's just fan expansion.
Fan expansion, okay. And from like a journalist and broadcasting aspect of things, because we're all a future aspiring broadcasters, sports interviewers, reporters, kind of talk about what we should know in the future and things that have changed in the past.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, and it's been for a long time, this is nothing new, but flexibility.
Flexibility?
Yeah,
Okay.
being able to do basics. Like you have to write, you have to be able to think, you have to be able to talk to people, look them in the eye, all that. But you also have to know how to edit. Have to, be familiar with cameras, be familiar with the production room. So all aspects, because it will make you more marketable, and then you can find your niche of what you want to do and grow from there.
Yeah, obviously, we're in a time where social media, online presence is top tier when job recruiters are looking at you, right?
Yep.
But how much does the story still matter in the aspect of journalism?
I think the story is the center part, and I don't want anybody to lose sight of that. So while we teach media and journalism communication, it's really all about storytelling, whether you're telling a story about a team, a sport, an individual athlete, or somebody that's in town or something. I like to watch 30 for 30 on ESPN.
Yeah, good.
And I think that they have really great stories, the way that they put it all together. So you have to be a good storyteller in order to, whether it's short form on social media, even just a picture with a caption, you're telling a story.
Yeah, for sure. You guys got any other questions for her?
Have you heard with UNO's softball team, it grew when they played against Lincoln, and the softball team has been really good. Have you gone to any of those games at all, or no? Like, have you kept in touch?
Yeah, so I've been to a hockey game and basketball game. The basketball game we had, we have some athletes in our major, so I was going there with other faculty to support the seniors that were graduating that year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we have an amazing softball team. Our women's basketball has been great. Our men's basketball has been great. And then hockey historically has been great. I don't know what's going on currently. I haven't heard, I don't hear when they make playoffs or anything.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Your husband is a former golf pro, PGA pro. What's your favorite memory around the game of golf?
So I've been able to play some incredible courses pretty much for free. So one of my funny stories is when I was a newer golfer, we went out to a country club in northern Los Angeles area, and I shanked a ball on the range in front of Michael Jordan.
Oh.
And I didn't look up to see who it was, because generally when you shank a ball, you don't want to say, "Hey, that's me," So I just played it off and didn't look up. I just knew that there was a very tall black man across from me. And the only reason I knew that is I'm left-handed, and he's right. And I could just see him out of the corner of my eyes, but not see who he was. And then once we started playing, we were a twosome. A single from the club joined us because we got stuck. And he goes, "Did you see the group in front?" And I'm like, "Who's that?" And it's Michael Jordan. And I'm like, "Oh, shoot, that's the guy I shanked it in front of."
Yeah, you better than me. I was like, "Mike, man, let me get an autograph."
Yeah.
Mike, come here, Mike.
Well, first I'm like, is he a member here? No, he plays about once a month. They allow a group of 7? No, that's just Michael. I'm like, okay.
Special privileges for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
but my husband has a lot of great stories playing with a lot of famous people, mostly. So when he's played pro-ams in LA, I was like, "Hey, are you playing with, Kevin Costner or Sylvester Stallone?"
Good actor.
And he's like, "No." He's like, "I kind of play with people that can buy and sell them." So they have country clubs in LA that they don't allow celebrities to be members of because they bring too much media circus.
Yeah.
So he played with one guy that essentially owns all the studios and rents them out to ABC, NBC in Burbank. I thought that was kind of cool. He played one day in a pro-am with Hugo Boss.
Nice.
And I'm like, "Do you know who that is?" Because he doesn't. Unless they're an athlete, he doesn't know who they are. And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "The outlet stores, the clothing brand."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, shoot."
Yeah.
So,
Bro's making some money.
yeah.
Well, stay tuned. Thank you, Dr. Hundley, for letting us get an insight onto who you are a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. We're going to be talking about the NFL draft coming up and hear her thoughts and opinions on it. Be right back.
You are a maverick. You stand ready to change the world. You are an innovator with bold ideas and a vision for the future. You are determined to turn your dreams into reality. You are a leader, committed to making a difference. Your passion for finding solutions transforms research into real-world impact. You are unique, and your voice matters. Your individuality breathes life into the community you're shaping. You are driven, always striving for excellence. Your passion, your hustle, it's not just about today. It's about opening doors to tomorrow. Every skill you sharpen, every connection you make is building the foundation for your future success. With Omaha as your campus, you're at the center of it all. Here at UNO, the possibilities are as endless as your potential. You dare to dream, to innovate, to lead, to shape a brighter future. You are a maverick.
And welcome back to the Student Sex Podcast. Now we are going to be talking about the NFL draft that took place over last weekend, give or take, depending on the rounds, right? So we're going to be talking about the winners and losers. Kev, I want to start with you. Who are the winners and losers of this year's 2026 NFL draft?
I'm going to go with the Giants. I think they made a good amount of good picks. They made a bunch of Ohio State picks, but I think other than that, I think their best pick that they had made was Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. But I think they're the winners that came out of this one. Losers, I can't really pick one specifically yet. There's quite a bit, but one that stands out to me the most is the Giants. So I'm kind of excited to see how their draft picks get ready for the season. They have Jackson Dart and then Cam Scatterbill coming back. So it's going to be electric for them. You know, a bunch of losing from recent seasons now. We'll see if they turn around and become possible contenders. So I like the picks that they made. So I'm excited to see how they establish themselves.
Now, who are your losers for the draft?
Well, I wasn't quite sure who to pick yet. I might go with, I don't know, let's look. I might say.
One of them has got to be the Rams.
The Rams.
It's got to be the Rams. They drafted a backup quarterback with the 13th overall
I like
pick.
that pick, though.
I mean,
I like it.
we'll see a couple years down the line, but for right now, they have a win now roster. Like they were against Seattle, they were a play away from going to the Super Bowl.
Facts.
And they would have probably beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But you draft a backup quarterback with your first round pick?
You know the history with Kelly Stafford talking about backup quarterbacks, and then he goes and I mean the jokes write themselves sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. So
yeah, I think Sean McVay was not a part of that.
he's like,
process
no.
at all. I think those all upper management. I just don't see how that helps them right now. And obviously, it doesn't help them right now because they have Matthew Stafford at quarterback. So
And
Ty
I think
Simpson.
he can keep playing a little bit more years, even though people thought he was
Exactly,
gonna retire.
exactly. So I don't understand why they wouldn't just draft best available player, whoever that may be, whoever it could have been. So I don't really understand.
I think they played it safe. You know, when Matthew Stafford does retire, or unless he gets hurt because he's a little older, Ty Simpson can be the reliable quarterback with the experience he has in Alabama, and Matthew Stafford teaching him a thing or two. So I think it's safe. They could have gone with something better, but I think they just went it for safe right now. But I believe Sean McVay was not involved with the pick. I think he would have gone a different direction. But I like it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like it.
I think I'll like it down the line. Obviously, we know the Packers have done it a lot recently. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for a couple years, and then Jordan Love was drafted in the first round in 2021 to sit behind Rodgers.
Yep.
And they've turned out good. They've been playing good, but I just don't understand it for the Rams right now. Like their team outlook, it just doesn't make sense to me to draft the backup quarterback.
So what do you think they should have went out and got? I know you
The
said
best available player. You
but-
could have got Reuben Bain Jr. He was on the board. You could have got a receiver like Casey Concepcion or Mekhi Lemon. I want to talk to Kevin about Mekhi Lemon for a little bit. How do you feel about that pick, Kevin?
I like it. I think people pushed off on him early. I think everyone was gonna pick him a lot earlier, but no one really did. So I'm kind of glad that he was picked. He was a little low though from my liking, but I think
number
he was,
20.
Yeah.
My question is, did you want the Steelers to draft him? Because I heard they were on the phone with them, and then the
I
Eagles
did.
swooped in and took him from you guys.
And having a rival, in-state rival, pick him kind of. You don't like seeing that as a Steelers fan, but I really thought he was going to go a lot sooner. So knowing that he was this late and we were the next ones up, it's kind of like, man.
Like what could have been kind of thing?
Yeah, basically. So it sucks that we couldn't have gotten him, but another wide receiver would have been a demon to have with DK Metcalf. So
That also goes to show, they selected Mekhi Lemon. What does that say for the Eagles with A.J. Brown? Does that guarantee they're going to be moving off from him? Or, what are they going to do with him? So when I saw that pick, I just asked, other questions like, is A.J. Brown going to go reunite with Saleh or up there with the guy in New England? Can't remember his name. Vrabel. That's it.
He might be out here soon, though.
Think so?
With all that scandalous stuff he's got going on.
But the league said they weren't going to look into it, though.
You never know. You never know with the NFL.
Hey, man.
They're real mysterious with that kind of stuff.
Players mess up, too. That's all I'm saying, man. For my winners and losers, I'm going to say the Arizona Cardinals are my winners, man. They got a once-in-a-lifetime, a generational running back in Jeremiah Love. They also got Carson Beck. I don't know how he's going to do, but, they're making the right moves to trend in the right way. They got rid of Kyler Murray. They moved on from him, which I think that's a bad move. But when you add a caliber of Jeremiah Love, hopefully he can open up your offense, open up the playbook, and get your quarterback, take pressure off of your quarterback and those receivers and allow the game to come naturally to them. So I'm going to say
they got a real crowded backfield in Arizona. They got
They do.
Love, James Conner, Tyler Algier is new in town, so I feel bad for Algier because he was wanting to be the starter. But now they got Jeremiah Love.
And he's got starting potential, too. I wish the Broncos would have made a run at him, but that's a conversation for another time. I'll skip my losers because I don't really have a loser.
Yeah.
But I'll let you go.
I'm not paying attention to the draft. So.
All right.
Yeah.
One of the winners I have is the New York Jets. I love
Jets.
I love the Jets pick. They got David Bailey at 2, which he
Yeah.
was just the best available player.
Edge, yeah.
They trade up and they get they got from Indiana, Omar Cooper Jr.
Yep.
I think he could have been a top 20 pick. I think he's better than Mekhi Lemon. I think he's better than Casey Concepcion. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. But they also get Kenyon Sadiq at 16. So they're rounding out their offense pretty well with Sadiq. They also have Garrett Wilson. They still have Breece Hall. I don't know what they're doing at quarterback. I guess they'll go with Geno Smith for now.
Yeah.
But if they can get a quarterback in next year's draft, probably Dante Moore or somebody like that.
And I thought Dante Moore was going to come out in the draft this year, but he decided to go back
I
to
thought
college.
he was too, but he wants to mentor Dylan Raiola. So
Yeah. Anyways, who are your losers?
I don't know if I really have a loser. I
know it's
mentioned the
kinda hard to
Rams.
tell.
I mentioned the Rams before. I low-key think the Chiefs, man. I don't like their picks.
Let him sit here and talk about
I'm
your
just
Chiefs
gonna
like
say.
that.
I'm just gonna say they traded up for Mansour Delane at 6. I think that's a little bit of a reach. I think he could have been where they were originally picking, which was 12 or 13. I think he was available there. I think they reached too much on there. They gave up some other draft capital. But yeah,
Kelsey
And then-
hasn't retired yet, right?
no, he's
Not
not.
yet.
No,
No,
He
he-
just signed a new contract with them.
Yeah, he
Okay,
did.
I knew he was kind of up in the air about it. But
Yeah,
all right.
he
He's there for at least another 2 years.
I would have thought the Chiefs would have took at least another tight end.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
That's
because
what they need.
Kelsey ain't gonna be doing this too much longer. You know, eventually he want to go live out that life with his beautiful wife or fiance now, whatever they are. And you could have got a guy like Kenyon Sadiq. Could have got a guy like Max Clare. My Broncos got.
Eli Stowers too.
I mean, like, there's so many playmakers in this draft when it comes to that position. I thought you could have took something like that, but obviously they felt like, Trent McDuffie was a big loss on the defensive side of the ball, and they had to, make some moves. So
I think the Bucks are another winner too because they got Reuben Bain at
Yeah.
15. 15. He was a top 5 pick a month ago, before all the stuff came out about whatever he was involved with, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about that another time. But
Yeah.
that guy's on a mission. If you've seen the clips from the draft,
Yeah.
he's not messing around this year. He's out for blood. So
I'll say the same thing for Caleb Downs with the Cowboys.
yeah, and
Like-
that's why I was questioning your Giants pick because I think they got a good player at 5 with Arvo Reese, but I think they messed up at 10 because they could have got Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
And now he's on a division rival. He's on the Cowboys
Yeah.
now.
Malik Neighbors was stressing about it. 'cause-
He was a little bit miffed. He
but
was a little bit
he's
miffed
a
at
dog
that.
though.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
So all right, well that's all we have for the NFL draft segment. Stay tuned. We got one more segment coming up. Gonna be talking some hoops with y'all. NBA playoffs round 1. Stay tuned.
But we started with sort of the radio TV department, which wasn't much of anything in that day. We had a little wired wireless fed down to the campus cafeteria in what is now the Arts and Science Hall. And we had an office that I had, a little studio next to it in the control area, and another classroom. That was our broadcast area. But ultimately one day Al Paul was looking at the plans for this building that we're sitting in. And the room we're sitting in was an open area under this large classroom up above us here where they can seat 300. And he said, why don't we put it there? And they did. And we have the place that's been used for thousands of programs and so on since, and it's been a pretty good setup over the years.
And we are back with the show. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. It's been amazing. It's been electric. A couple of games have been going a little longer than I anticipated, but tonight my Minnesota Timberwolves go to Game 6 against the Nuggets, and that was unfortunate because we lost Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo. So I am a little worried about that matchup. I think it will go to Game 7, and I'm hoping Ayo DeSumno and Julius Randle can step up and play. Ayo DeSumno, when Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo went out, he dropped 40.
Yeah.
That's his career high because he's never touched the playoffs before because Bulls never make it. So it was
They make the
amazing.
play-in. They make the play-in.
Yeah, the play-in and nothing else.
What'd they rule him with? Runner's knee? Hyperextension? What did they rule him with?
Hyperextension, out for a couple weeks, maybe a month. So he might.
That's the
even
same
miss.
injury Steph Curry got, bro.
Yeah, no worries though, because the playoffs will still be going on in a month. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just hoping if they make Game 7, it's gonna extend it, and then they have another rest until the next series. But it's also like we lost Dante DiVincenzo. He tore his Achilles, so he's out till next season, or maybe even the season prior to that. They might come back.
He might come back a little early because you see what Jason Tatum did. Came back a little early. I tore my Achilles before playing basketball. It's like a 8 to 10 month journey to get back. But nowadays, with the medicine and the research they have nowadays, he could be back a lot sooner.
Right.
And I'm glad you brought up the Nuggets and Timberwolves because there's been a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Jaden McDaniels,
Yeah,
Jokic, pushing each other. Talk about that, bro.
Well, Jaden McDaniels called out the whole Nuggets roster, saying that they all can't defend.
There's some frauds.
Yeah, so he was going at them, and he just hates playing against them. He talks smack, but he can back it up because he plays defense very well. And then he dropped 20 points when he talked trash about them. He dropped 20 points, so he can back it up. But the Nuggets just have Jokic and Jamal Murray offensively. They're gonna do their thing. So
he just lost Aaron Gordon too.
Yeah. So it's like, I like it. It's a rivalry that happens at almost every playoffs. This past 2 years, it's been going against each other. So it's been spicy because Jokic is actually now showing that he cares, and now he's actually talking back. And the Timberwolves are just guys are tough.
It's that playoff atmosphere that we love and we crave. It's so hostile, so rough. I just love it.
Yeah.
And I think the Timberwolves will find a way to pull it out. You guys got an awesome head coach, man.
Yeah.
But I think trying to make life hell for Nikola Jokic is going to be rough. But if you can take away the other guys like Jamal Murray and Christian Braun, like make it hard, make them have to elevate their game, then I think you guys have a chance.
Yeah, I agree with that too because we did that with game two. Yeah, where we just shut down Jamal Murray. Jokic was having a good matchup against Rudy Gobert. So if we just do the same job without having the excitement of Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo hitting clutch buckets, I think we can still pull it off.
Yeah,
so,
I think so too. I know he's fiending over there to talk about his segment. I've been watching a couple of the games, man. The Sixers, they putting BTA right now, man. Even though they're down, but they're making a comeback. Talk to me.
Yeah, Game 6 is tonight versus Boston.
Say it with your chest, man. Come on.
I mean, we're gonna win the series.
Okay.
So,
That's bold.
knock on wood here, but
Yeah.
you got Joel Embiid back. He dropped 25 in Game 5, even though he got blown out.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Game 4. But Game 5, he drops 33 in 39 minutes. Playing 39 minutes, he had an appendectomy 3 weeks ago, not even. So to be able to be back on the court.
I still think he should retire, but yeah. Broken, not play.
Rose a Warriors fan. Rose a Warriors fan. They didn't even get out of the
Put the
playoffs.
camera on me real quick, man. You know who I'm rocking with. Steph, Chef, Curry. I know you can see it. Yeah.
You got the cologne
Chrome
on.
sponsor me. Stand up. I got you, bro. Don't look at my rolls.
Yeah.
I just dropped the mic, but it's all good, though. You know what I'm saying? Steph, Chef, Curry.
How far did they get in the playoffs this year? Or
How
did they
many
even make?
championships do we have?
Did they even make the playoffs?
How many championships do we have?
That's what I thought.
Put this right
All right, back to the real team, the Sixers. We're at home tonight, so I think we're pretty better off right now than the Celtics. Celtics have been shooting a little bit cold recently. Peyton Pritchard hasn't been getting going. Tatum and Brown have been doing their due diligence, but you know, when you got Embiid, you got Maxey, you got Paul George who's getting hot. Quentin Grimes off the bench is giving you nice buckets. And then you got VJ Edgecombe who's been
inconsistent.
That guy's younger than me.
Right.
Dropping 30 in the playoffs.
But then he drops 10 the next game. So what are we doing?
But then he's getting 10 rebounds and he's getting 5 to 6 assists a game. So I mean, he's putting in the work where it needs to be. I got the Sixers winning tonight. Don't know if they win again in Boston in Game 7, but we'll see how that goes.
Right. Yeah. I think if Joel Embiid has another good game, I think you guys can maybe pull off Game 7. I don't see it. I think maybe tonight Celtics shut you guys down. I think it's over tonight.
I don't know. I mean, we have won 2 out of the 3 games in Boston this series, but we are 0-2 in Philly.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I kind of want to talk to you. Who do you think is going to win this year's NBA?
I don't know.
And no, you cannot say I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
Let me
guess a
just
team.
say
Yeah.
NBA playoffs and hockey playoffs way too long. But I do like to tune in. I watch games, but I don't watch an entire game because I bounce between like 4 different games at one time.
You know, if you got
Unless the
YouTube
Dodgers
TV,
are
you can
playing.
put all.
I know, I got that. I got that. But
Okay.
then I get distracted, which I'm not
It's
watching
too
the
small.
game
The
anyway.
screens are too small when
Right,
they're in the
right.
multi-view.
But I've been enjoying watching Brunson and Towns and
Okay.
the
Oh,
Knicks.
the Knicks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Two-man duo.
yeah, I mean
The
there's
bodega.
more.
They might be able to close it tonight too.
They might.
They're
They
going
just
against
might.
the Hawks.
Yeah,
Game
and,
6.
and then I wait like until we get to the actual like last round.
The semifinals,
right,
the finals.
right.
Okay.
Then I start getting more invested in
Right,
a particular
yeah.
team. But
I know. What was I gonna say? CJ McCollum has been putting BTA to the Knicks.
Yeah, he's like the Knicks is like Trey Young.
He's
but
entering
not
his
Trae
prime.
Young. Yeah, yeah.
They're going to say F CJ McCollum now.
Yeah, but still, Trey
Verbatim.
Young, and he's not even
It's
there.
New York, bro. They just hostile up there for no
Yeah.
reason.
Seriously, if you have a good game against the Knicks, you just know you're going to be on hated list for
Yeah.
the Knicks fans. So
yeah,
it's funny.
well, the fans hate their own team
Yeah,
occasionally
yeah,
too, so and they'll
yeah.
boo them just as much as the other team.
yeah, yeah. They always talk about Cat or Jalen Brunson, and they can't drop more than 30 points, which is hard for them to do most of the time because they don't have pure shooters. So it's like, yeah, they hate their own players and they hate the
Right,
rivals. So.
right.
I'm gonna ask
It's
the
funny.
producers to pop up the graphic real quick for us so
Haters.
the audience can see what the actual playoff bracket is looking like. That way, our guests can know. I didn't mean to cut you guys off. You guys can go.
Yeah. In the meantime,
That's fine. You always do.
the Spurs shut out the Trailblazers. That's over.
Mm-hmm. The Thunder, bro.
The Thunder just swept the Suns.
They just got so much chemistry. I really don't know if anyone posted a threat to them, bro.
They look really
The
good.
Spurs are better than them.
The Spurs on the other side of the bracket, and they have to go against maybe my Minnesota Timberwolves.
They're not.
No, they will.
Nuggets are winning.
No, they're not.
The thing is, I don't think anyone on the Spurs. Well, I take it back. The Spurs can give, Shea and them trouble, but there's no one on the Thunder that can guard Wemby. So it'd be an absolute dogfight.
Right.
But if Anthony Edwards is able to come back, you've seen what he can do.
Yeah.
He can change the game single-handedly. So it's really just going to be what the playoffs are all about, chess match.
I think we have the hardest side of the bracket. We have
100%.
the Nuggets and then the Spurs after, and we've been going back and forth with both teams, and we have won a couple and we've lost a couple. So I think we have the hardest side of the bracket for sure. So.
Yeah, and you still got Bron and KD up there fighting for who's going to bounce
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And that game is tonight, which I will be tuned in.
I forgot
They're-
KD was on the Rockets. He hasn't played at all.
Ankle injury. I think he's still going to be out even if they make it Game 7. So
And Luka's
yeah.
not playing either. So
I low-key wish he's out.
Who?
Because no why the Rockets are better without Kevin Durant.
Surprisingly, they are.
That's
facts.
facts.
Surprisingly
That's
are,
facts.
yeah.
I don't know if that's a
I
hot
think
take or not.
KD just needs to go on, come back home to the Warriors. We've seen Curry can win without him, but KD can't win without Curry. So you need to come back home, man, because Jimmy's gonna be hurt, and we need another scoring option for Steph when he gets back. So
Retiring at Golden State.
man.
He needs a retirement tour ASAP.
Any other last-minute options to talk about teams? I know we got the Pistons, we got the Magic, we got the Cavaliers.
I don't know what to think about the Pistons, man. Like,
They're
they're
fraud
the
alert.
only 60-win team in the East.
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. I think the Suns should trade Devin Booker to Detroit. It's already been proven D-Book can't be Batman. He's more of a Robin type of guy, right? So if you get, obviously, the Pistons have established Cade as the number one. That's their corner block, right? Cornerstone.
I'm listening.
You put Cade with D-Book, bring him back home because he's from Michigan, and you give the Pistons Herter and some draft picks because they have the capital.
They want
Way more than Kevin Huerter.
They might even do.
No,
Jalen
I'm saying they
Duren.
got the capital in the draft and give them that, and then some other players.
They would definitely have to give up at least Jalen Duren. They
Yeah.
would have to give up Asar Thompson.
I mean, for D-Book,
3
you do
first
that.
rounders.
Because
For D-Book, I mean,
Yeah. He's an all-star
Imagine it,
player, Olympic champion.
Cade Cunningham and D-Book, like you're giving the Suns what they need is a future, and then you're giving the Pistons what they need now, competing for a championship. And a guy like D-Book can bring it. Like I said, he's not a Batman type of guy. He's more of a Robin, and we can see that Cade, he needs help. Even though like they're losing in the series and the game is tonight, he needs help. I'm just saying, hear me out though. Hear me out.
Not gonna happen that quick.
I know.
Yeah.
it's a process.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
For sure.
Trust the. No, we're not doing that. But
Low-key.
strength in numbers. What's the Wolves one?
What they're
They're like team slogan, I guess. Is that
Choke
what-
the lead.
it's take out Jokic. Don't worry about anyone else.
All right. Well, guys, that is going to conclude our episode for season 2. We appreciate you guys, the love and support. Make sure you guys go watch a lot of our other videos of this season. We'll be back in the summertime, coverage of College World Series, NFL stuff, NBA, soccer stuff, you name it. And if you guys want to have more guests like Dr. Hundley come on, just like, comment, and subscribe, man. And we appreciate you guys for rocking out with the kids. We'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Nice. We could have faded to black already. That's all right, though. We'll see y'all next time.